Now, more than 300 drugs are in short supply across the entire country. And that shortage, which is at a record high, is impacting families right here in North Texas. Amelia Magavro brings the issue home for you.
I would say tricky to navigate.
Jessica Kahn's two sons were diagnosed with ADD early in their life and says for the past year, getting medication for them has been frustrating.
And then all of a sudden, was not able to find their medication. And I have my list of all the pharmacies. I've even driven all the way up north to, a Walgreens or a CVS, some random place to go pick up a kid's prescription.
According to the American Society of Health System Pharmacists, ADD medication is just one type of the 323 drugs facing historic shortages. The list also includes chemotherapy drugs, diabetes medications, hormone agents, and antimicrobials.
One, it's just changes in the supply chain and supply chain gaps that we're having. The other thing is demand. There's been a lot of demand for some of these medications. So some of these manufacturers have really had a race to the bottom on dropping their prices.
Stephen Love, the president of the DFW Hospital Council, says thankfully North Texas hospitals have a network of supply chain managers to stay ahead of the shortfalls.
But we are in a much better situation in North Texas than most places in the country.
But here at Doherty's, pharmacies tell me they've had to literally race to call these drug companies early in the morning just to make sure they have drugs in stock, but tell patients they do not need to panic.
The drug shortages, usually in my experience, have lasted anywhere from a month or 2 months. In that time period, we would just try to switch them over to something different.
According to the Department of Homeland Security, drug shortages last for a year and a half on average. Kahn's best advice to other parents: plan ahead.
You got to be very conscientious that it might not be available and that is not an option. No matter how many places you call, it's not there.
In Dallas, Amelia Magavro, CBS News, Texas.